to say anything?
Patient.
I was thinking that was where you were going. I just wasn't quite sure how you were getting there.
Yeah. Welcome to the Posterman Podcast. I am one of the hosts here on this spooktacular, spookiest of spookiests.
Yes,
October's that we've ever
done. This is definitely the most spookiest movie we've ever watched. Definitely the most
Disney princess.
It's true. Tim Curry is now a Disney princess.
Disney princess. Tim Curry, Frankenfurter. Disney princess.
Disney scientist.
Disney scientist. He's making a man. With blonde hair and a tan.
Yep.
Let's do the time warp, Tyler.
Go fuck yourself.
And we're the Posterman, by the way.
Elijah Tyler Kenn.
Yep. Oh my. Elijah Tyler Kenn. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh. Oh dear. Oh bother.
Yeah, we watched a thing.
We watched a movie.
We did watch a thing. Truth.
We watched a Man Thing? I saw a Man Thing, and it was awesome.
Too. It was pretty good, yeah.
As the Letterbox review says on Posterman, the Posterman Pod Letterbox, the review states, "I love you, Man Thing."
Ted, you mean Ted?
He's Man Thing and always will be in my heart.
Ted.
Man Thing.
Ted.
Man Thing.
Ted.
I didn't really watch it.
I don't care if you watched it.
I was getting mad playing Dragon Age.
I was enjoying myself watching the Man Thing on the screen. I was like, Man Thing! Top 5 favorite Marvel characters of all time. Man Thing.
Interesting.
I got a statue of Man Thing. Love me some Man Thing.
Oh, Man Thing.
The Man Thing movie almost was the movie I picked for the Halloween month. Because it's terrible.
Oh, Man Thing.
I haven't watched it yet, but the Weekly Planet guys just did it.
It's awful.
For Caravan of Garbage.
It is correct. It is a correct title for that movie.
Well, the funny thing is, like, Caravan of Garbage, the video series, is just like their review. So it's not always bad stuff. It started out as mostly bad stuff, which is why it's Caravan of Garbage, but they do good stuff.
That's the We Hate Movies people. They
sometimes.
do.
Also.
They did Halloween 2, and they all don't hate Halloween 2. It's just like a movie that they're like, oh, like they did Ricochet with Denzel Washington, and they like that movie too, and Blown Away with Jeff Bridges? Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones. There's a month we should do.
Tommy Lee Jones month?
Yes.
Random ass months that we're doing.
I'll put it on the list.
After Angela Lansbury month.
I was gonna say we like I can potentially, with zero guilt, pick an Angela Lansbury movie next month.
Tyler already has his movie picked.
I already have my movie picked. Is yours movie's Beauty?
Ben Knobs and Broomsticks. That's what he would pick. That's what Ken would pick.
That is what I would pick. Yes.
He wouldn't pick Beauty and the Beast. If I had to do Angela Lansbury month, it'd be Beauty and the Beast. But because it's Beauty and the Beast. Duh. It's Mrs. Potts. Iconic character of Doom.
Sorry.
Duh. God. Moment of silence for Los Angeles Lansbury. sad day.
Truth.
So here's how this was discovered by Tyler.
What?
I texted Elijah, and I was like, "Oh no, Angela Lansbury's died," and he goes, "Yeah, I know, I posted it." And so I go back, I look, I'm like, "Oh yeah, you did."
I am the one that posted that.
Look at me being a dummy. Hey, friend that already knew this fact, let me make you more sad.
I am the one that posted that. It was very depressing to find out when I looked at the Twitterverse, and I was like, "No! Why is the world so cruel?"
Why do bad things happen to good people?
Marvel movies move because nobody seems to know what the hell to do with Blade.
Yeah.
So...
Well, when a movie loses its director,
yeah. But then they
Like
were like,
3
"We're
weeks
just gonna fix the script."
3 weeks before it's supposed to start filming or whatever.
Yeah. So we're just gonna push everything again.
How old was she?
96?
I think.
Oh, okay.
She lived a good long life. It just is still sad.
Yeah.
The last time I saw Angela Lansbury was in Mary Poppins Returns.
Oh.
She hands out balloons in that movie.
Oh.
You don't know who Angela Lansbury is? Murder, She Wrote.
I've not seen Mary Poppins Returns.
It's fine. It's a perfectly cromulent movie.
The cromulent? What?
Yeah, that's from Futurama. Sorry. It means okay. They took away the word okay in one movie, and they're like, it's a perfectly cromulent movie. They were like, it's perfectly cromulent. And I was like, oh, okay. So every now and then I just go with, it's a perfectly cromulent film. When I want to just use a different adjective for okay.
It's alright. That also works too.
It is, but it's not as Futurama-y.
Okay. Ken, do you want to get us started with this shit-tastic movie?
You're shit-tastic.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control.
A newly engaged couple have a breakdown in an isolated area and must seek shelter at the bizarre residence of Dr. Frankenfurter.
That is the plot synopsis I read to you yesterday.
It is, because there's no plot.
Tim Curry plays Dr. Frankenfurter, a scientist. Susan Sarandon plays Janet Weiss, a heroine. Barry Bostwick plays Brad Majors, a hero. Richard O'Brien plays Riff Raff, a handyman. Patricia Quinn plays Magenta, a domestic. Nell Campbell plays Columbia, a groupie. Jonathan Adams plays Dr. Everett V. Scott, a rival scientist. Peter Hinwood plays Rocky Horror, a creation. Meatloaf plays Eddie, ex-delivery boy. Charles Gray plays the criminologist, an expert. That's pretty much it.
Rocky!
Hate this movie.
I love this movie. It's so stupid.
I said to Elijah earlier, I said, I think I hate it so much because I see Tim Curry and I want it to be funny, and it's not funny.
Having watched this movie from beginning to end for the second time ever in my life, I get how this movie can have the cult following that it does. I also understand why I never found my way to that cult following.
Oh, I don't have the cult following for it. I just think it's funny.
I side with Tyler on this.
I know.
I
I figured you would. It has
Like-
no plot, which
yeah,
is fine. I
there's-
enjoy a good movie sometimes with no plot in it. It's a fun time.
My issue with this plotless movie is that it's not funny, it's not interesting. Like a plotless movie can be funny. A plotless movie can be interesting. This is neither of those things. This movie.
This was not The Room.
Like this movie.
You haven't seen The Room, so don't even say the comment. And plus, Ken hates The Room too.
Well, the Room is also.
Why are you getting so sassy?
Huh? Because you're like comparing a movie you haven't seen.
The Room is also not plotless. The Room is just poorly made, poorly written.
I feel The Room's plotless. The Room has a very thin plot, just like Rocky Horror.
There's a thin plot. I think there's more plot to The Room than there is to this.
I would hope so. It's more linear. Whereas this is making fun of a whole bunch of sci-fi, horror, and various other tropes. All at the same time. So I would do a King Kong montage at the end. We pretty much followed the song. The beginning song.
The beginning song?
The song with the lips when it sings that. I forget the name of the song right now. It names all these sci-fi movies. And if you follow the sci-fi and horror films that they are mentioning, randomly they'll do tropes from each of those horror movies in the movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, each of those movies. That's why they'd reference King Kong. And then there's Rocky climbing up the tower with Frankenfurter. That's King Kong. And then... forget what the other song parts of that one is. That's not one of the ones I remember clearly.
See, that would require me to pay more attention to that song than I did. Because mostly I was creeped out by that. I was like,
lips.
Disembodied mouth. Creepy, 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 creepy.
That's where a whole bunch of stuff is on the screen, and for the first time ever since I've actually not watched this, because I've never watched it without the crowd sort of thing, where I went to because the first time I saw it straightforward was at the Carlisle Theater when I saw it in the back row one night. Because I went to one of the Halloween screenings that they did, and I just sat up in the balcony area because I wanted to avoid any of the shenanigans that was happening.
Right.
But I would like to witness them. So I was witnessing things happening, but I was like, okay. So for the first time ever, I noticed that I didn't put two and two together because I'm an idiot. And I didn't know that Rocky Horror was legitimately the monster. I was like, oh, I'm dumb. We literally call this guy Rocky, and I never put together why. Because I've always wondered why the movie was called the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then I was like, oh, there's literally a character called Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I missed that. But yeah, so I went and saw that a couple like I catch new things and now sometimes in each of these viewings, and I appreciate the songs. That's pretty much why I like it. And Tim Curry is funny as all get out. I like Tim Curry. Another movie where someone has sex with everybody, just like Christian Slater in Crash. Not Christian Slater. I forget. But just Tim Curry has sex with everybody.
It was Casey Jones. It was Elias. He has sex with everybody in Crash.
Yeah, I can't remember the actor's name. I think it's
Elias Koteas. In Crash, the Crash movie where they
have sex with all the crash
about
the
cars?
cars.
Yeah, that was
James Spader. That's James Spader. James Spader has sex with everybody. Eliza Koteas also has sex with everybody too.
If I watched the movie and did the podcast, I could be helpful. I'm sorry, I've let everybody down.
No, you're fine.
It's all right. That movie was not worth watching.
I remember
it's fine.
You not being super duper excited about it.
Oh, come on, Tyler. not aroused by car crashes.
It does not get my wiener hard.
No, well, it's sitting over there if you ever want to watch it.
My wiener?
It sits over there. As I point to his actual chair. My wiener sits on two chairs, so it gets confusing. So that's why Lewis can't come here anymore, is because my wiener's taking up his chair.
It's got weird.
Well, you made it weird. I just take it over the line. That's me. But I've taken random people to this movie Most times I went to the Carlisle Theater after the first time where I went alone because that's just how my life is. So
You went alone
yeah, Thea didn't want to go and I wanted to go.
to one. Interesting. I thought I remember you going with Brittany at one point.
I went with Brittany to one, and I went with Tyler to one, and I went by myself to one. I
Okay.
went 3 times.
Okay.
I've unfortunately not watched this movie twice.
Me too. I watched it in college,
I watched parts of it in college.
but I don't because my best friend in college was a musical theater buff. She really liked musicals.
I shall return.
So I don't want to say I watched a lot of musicals with her, but we watched some musicals, and this was one of the ones that we watched because it was because it got out that I had never seen it, and this is one of those movies that if you watch in like your angsty teen phase, that's when you get hooked on it and think it's really great. And I shouldn't say that's the only way you get hooked on it and think it's really great, but
I don't think I ever would have on this movie. This is like,
I agree. Like you said, Tyler, you and I are of one mind on this movie. Like this is not like I can kind of appreciate. Like I said, I can understand how this movie has the cult following that it has. Like I get it. Like it's weird, it's quirky, it's bizarre. Like there's a version of me that likes this movie, but it's the version of me
in another dimension
that was more of a like art theater kid in high school and less of a sort of normal average job a day kid that I was.
Jabba Day Kid.
Jabba the Kid.
Jabba the Kid.
Jabba the Kid.
Chopping the kid up.
What? Okay. Sometimes
Oh, you
got
gotta
to.
chop the kid up, you know.
Sometimes you got to. Jimmy's got to learn to fucking keep his teeth in his mouth. I don't know. Like I said, I want this to be fun and funny, and I look at it and I go, this isn't funny. Like, I audibly groaned inside through this whole movie.
I sang.
Elijah sang through it, which didn't help.
You're welcome.
Best song in this movie is the most random song in this movie that doesn't really fit, at least in my opinion, and that's the Time Warp.
I love Time Warp.
You know who doesn't like the Time Warp?
I have 6 different versions of the Time Warp.
I hate it.
I don't hate this. I don't hate that song. That song is a lot of fun.
I like that song.
But it doesn't really fit in this movie. But then nothing really fits in this movie,
No.
so it's fine.
I like that song. I like Sweet Transvestite. I like Touch Me. I like Damn It, Janet. The end half of the songs are not my favorites.
Yeah, Lauren said I like the front half.
The front half
of
of
this
the front half of the music is great.
and then you hit a point.
Once
it
we
gets
start
weird.
having sex with everybody, then I'm like, oh, well, now we hit this weird point in this movie. after my favorite joke in the movie, which is everyone saying their names back and forth. Dr. Scott! Brad! Janet! Brad!
Rocky!
I was busting up laughing because it's like a 2-minute scene of everyone saying the names.
It's like-
Janet! Brad! Dr. Scott! Rocky!
Janet! Dr. Scott! Janet! Brad! Rocker! Janet! Dr. Scott! Janet! Brad! Rocker!
I'm just laughing my ass off. And then there's Meatloaf.
For 30 whole seconds.
He sings a song,
He sings a song,
and then he gets killed, and then he's in a,
And
and
then we
he
eat
gets
him.
exploded.
and then he's in a crate. No, then he's in the casket thing. Yeah,
We eat him.
We eat him?
they think that they eat the him. Yeah,
it seems like it's
implied. It's
implied.
implied that they're eating him at the dinner table.
But they're eating meatloaf.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're
I
like, you
didn't
may
get that.
say that he's with us right now, or something like that, and that's why Magenta gets up off the table and runs away, because literally they think they're eating, and then Rocky just keeps eating him. But then they whip off the thing, and I think that that is the nobody knew that that thing was underneath the table, the corpse and the all that. So the reactions were legit because the only person that knew that was there was Meatloaf, the director, and Tim Curry. So when he cranks the thing off, everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Because then Meatloaf sat in the back and was like, "Hey," because they had to do a cast of Meatloaf to put him in there, and then Tim Curry and evil, this shoot was rifled with random disasters. Like it was done on the quick. Because I
couldn't tell
because it was a stage play. First, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with most of the cast that's in this movie, minus I think Brad and Janet.
Damn it.
Janet, I love you. And it just like they were like. Brad accidentally when he slams down the table, he accidentally hits Susan Sarandon's hand, and she jumps back with shock because she legitimately hit her hand. And then Susan Sarandon got back during the floor show. When she has her big heel, she accidentally steps on Brad's foot, and it pierced right through his foot. So he grimaces.
I didn't notice any of that.
I was reading trivia also.
Oh, okay.
It was hard for me to notice things that were happening on the screen because I'm singing.
I see.
Musicals get me that way, especially after I've seen them. I just sing.
You sing a lot, actually.
So, what's your point?
Just as an observation, I was just saying, you sing a lot. Sir Sing a Lot. That's your new name. That's your night name. Sir Sing a Lot.
Sir Sing a Lot. It's my porn name. Moment of silence for the porn name.
We gotta work on your porn
Lance Hardwood.
Ted Mosby. As Ted Mosby, sex architect. You know that name is perfect for the line of business that I'm in. No.
I don't get it.
I met your mother joke.
Oh. Really need to just I need to do a lot of things that I say that I need to do.
Yep. You didn't watch that Lord of the Rings show yet. You didn't watch Andor yet.
Yep, need to do both of those.
You didn't watch I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
You live in this house and I reference that show all the time.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, there was a new episode of Andor today, wasn't there?
There should have been.
I didn't watch it.
Now I'm officially just waiting for it all, and then I'll just watch it.
Yep.
Like I did with most Star Wars content. The only weekly Star Wars content I actually did weekly was Obi-Wan. Because it was Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. But I hear Andor is pretty great. They say it's the best. They say it's the best Star Wars product that's been released.
That's what they say, do they?
Yep, that is what they say.
That's what they say. I say that I should really watch that.
Let's watch Werewolf by Night again.
You mean you can watch it again, and I'll actually watch it?
And then I just continue to scream Man Thing every time he's on the screen.
You did do that, and I would turn around and be like, "Oh, it's Man Thing." Back to what I'm doing.
He burns people. He burns people to death. It's a great time. I was like, "Are we gonna set people on fire?" They grabs one guy and I'm like, "He's setting them on fire." And there they go. It's their fear, Tyler.
All who fear burn at the touch of the Man Thing.
Mm-hmm. All who fear. It's so good. I really enjoyed that Werewolf by Night. That was what I should have picked. I would debated also picking that for my movie just because I wanted to watch Werewolf by Night and talk about it.
How much fake rain did they use for when they were in the rainstorm? Because it was just pouring off of them.
You're wet. Yes,
it's raining.
Because I've been in some rainstorms, but I've never been like, I just got out of the pool or shower and didn't dry off, so I have
It's such an
streams of water pouring off of me.
It's over exaggeration, but you also don't know how far they walked, and then they have to have a reason to remove their clothes.
Try walking 3/4 of a mile in when it's coming.
You don't know
down
how
in
long that
sheets.
tune was.
I mean, they really should have just waited in the car a little bit longer.
Well, then the plot wouldn't have happened.
Which
What
is
plot?
what would have made
You wouldn't have moved along the plot.
a little bit of sense. Which is what most normal people would have been like. Okay, we'll wait for the rain to let up a little bit because they weren't in mortal danger or anything. It's not like they were in danger of like, you know. It's not like it was a snowstorm. It's not like there was flooding going on or anything. It was. We can totally wait here for 10 or 15 minutes or a half hour, wait for the rain to slack up a little bit, and then go. Which is what, like I said, which is what normal people would have done. In the absence of a raincoat or an umbrella or something like that, which none of them had.
True.
Caught with a flat. Well, how about that? My two friends wanted me to make a statement towards Tyler.
Your two friends.
Yes.
Which two friends?
Cassie and Lexi, because I told them that Tyler hates this movie. So they were deeply offended, and their response.
Of course they were.
And they were, and their response was,
They were girls that watched this movie in their teens. Of course they love this movie. Continue.
"Oh man,
I'm in agreement with Ken. I'm in agreement with Ken.
I'm not allowed to agree with Ken."
Not me, Ken.
So Tyler, what was your review of Paws of Fury?
What was my review of Paws of Fury?
Was that the one that should have been called?
It's Blazing Samurai.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I forget.
They remember it. That was a pretty good movie that made no sense. And their response to that was, well, if he liked Paws of Fury, then how come he doesn't like Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I don't think I said it was a good movie.
Funny.
It wasn't funny. That was the problem, too. It wasn't funny.
I don't think I said it was a good movie.
They remember you saying it was a good movie.
Defend
yourself!
I don't think it was Jesus. I don't think it was a good movie.
Backtracking.
Well, some of the time our knee jerk to a movie is, and this goes both ways. Like sometimes your knee jerk reaction, like in the immediate aftermath of a movie, you're like, yeah, that wasn't too bad, and then you think about it for a day or two, and you're like, oh no, that movie wasn't good.
Tyler,
And some of the time you think, I'm not sure how I feel about that movie, or I didn't like that movie, and then you think about it for a couple of days, and you know what, that movie wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Tyler, you threw your voice so well. You're like the new Jeff Dunham.
No, like, that movie at least had a plot to it.
Stolen one.
Still a plot. Still had a trail to follow.
Still a plot.
Still had a story to tell. This was just random nonsense with music.
Yep. Better than Paws of Fury.
That I will disagree with.
Backtracking.
If a movie makes me audibly groan or
A lot of things make you audibly groan. Getting out of the chair makes you audibly groan.
That's because I'm old and fat. But
so don't
like,
use a groan as like your standard. Yeah, I give it 3 groans.
but like when I have to watch this movie, I'm just like, ugh. All right, here's the next scene.
No good joy for music in your life, Tyler. I should just play you a whole bunch of musicals.
We keep threatening to do musical month.
I keep threatening with musical year, so there.
Fuck me.
I'm threatening.
I
My grand debate is to do musicals every single month.
I can deal with good musicals.
Yeah, but I like bad ones too.
I can't deal with bad ones.
Repo the Genetic Opera. It's got Paris Hilton in it.
It does. I'd forgotten that. She's not like she's got a big part.
She does have a big part.
She has a bigger part than she deserves.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's not like she's got a big part in it.
No.
And like her character is the vapid
daughter of the head guy.
Spoiled, it's like she's not like she's
Yeah.
she's it's not a real. It's not
She's
a real
playing
big
to type.
reach. It's not a real big reach.
No.
Yeah.
We could do the musical episode of The Flash.
What?
There's a musical episode of The Flash with the Music Meister.
We could do Bob's Burgers. That was a musical.
That had 3 songs. I wouldn't call it a musical.
I
I wished it was a musical.
It started out with a musical number.
It was great. A lot of movies start out with musical numbers, and they're not called musicals.
Like, they did a song and everything. They danced. They all sang.
You can count Bob's Burgers. I'll give it to you. I'll watch that movie again. It's just a giant episode of Bob's Burgers.
I didn't understand Bob's Burgers because I don't watch Bob's
I
Burgers.
do not understand Bob's Burgers. It's legitimately just a guy who cooks burgers.
Maybe that's why I don't understand it. I was like, I'm
I
trying to
don't
figure
know
out
this
why
meat.
everyone loves this show.
I can't
and
figure
it got
it
a
out.
movie.
I can't figure it out. It is by George just something that I put on television when I want to have background noise.
Like, it was fun, but I don't understand how it got a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
Finally.
Uh-huh.
I should say I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I own a whole bunch of musicals now that I'm looking at the back of my wall. Is that shocking to anybody? No?
Ken's shaking his head no.
Especially if you count Disney movies.
I'm in agreement with Ken.
I do love Disney movies. Another moment of silence for Mrs. Potts.
We did a moment of silence.
It's Mrs. Potts. She does like 5 moments of silence.
I was going to say, we only did 1 for Betty White.
Now we've done 2 for Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
I liked more Angela Lansbury product than Betty White product, but I do love Betty White still.
Well, Betty White sort of leaned into her like cultural icon status at the
The
end
Hot
of
in
her
Cleveland
life.
and all that, yeah.
I'm finding it hard to talk about Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Why?
Because it was so unenjoyable. Like,
Let's do the time warp again.
Let's do the time warp again. I could sing it. Then a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips.
I don't wanna. I don't know, it's like... I'm just gonna keep repeating the same thing, so...
You just don't like it. I get it.
Like, random silliness, it makes no sense.
That's
I wanted
fair.
to laugh,
Yeah,
and I couldn't. I couldn't muster a giggle.
that's fine.
Not even a snicker.
You don't have joy in your life. It's fine.
I am now... Ken, we are together. We are now the same.
I don't know that we're the same, but
No.
we
You're not the same as Ken.
we agree on this movie.
Ken and I agree on other movies.
Question.
Oh,
question.
he's posted a question.
I have a question.
Yes, let's go.
Were Riff Raff and Magenta brother and sister and doing the nasty?
It seemed like that.
I don't think so. They just were weird alien creatures. Because the only time that they ever really, the only time that it seemed like that was when they were, doing their weird hand gesture where I kept going Zoltan.
He definitely kissed her on the neck at one point.
I don't remember that part.
It was after they chased Rocky away with fire.
No, they got close to each other and did the hand thing again. Because I also said Zoltan.
He did that, and then he kissed her on the neck.
Never kissed your brother on the neck?
No. No, I haven't.
You're not that close then.
It'd also be really gross.
Oh, come on. We'll call Jake over and you can give him a nice big old smoochie.
Well, I'm going to go throw up now, Ken. Goodbye.
Okay.
Right there on the necky poo. I'll get on to be like, Jake, present. It'll be like a vampire movie. You just... It'll be like dirty... Not dirty
Well,
dancing.
I thought that's
It'll
what
be
was
like
gonna-
Ghost mixed with a vampire. Oh, my love. As you go behind Jake and you get the clay.
This conversation can stop. That's disgusting. It's disgusting.
My darling.
I I thought the vampire thing is what was happening when he kissed her on the neck, and I'm like, oh no, he's like kissing her, and this is weird and gross and not needed.
Well, at that point, if you had seen that, you didn't know they were brother and sister based on movie lineage.
Later on, you learn that, and then you know that is a fact and disgusting and gross.
Judging of everyone, Tyler. Judging this movie, judging of people. Let love be love, Tyler.
Yeah, well, when love comes out with like crooked eyeballs and messed up teeth,
You never said they're making a baby. Maybe they're both sterile because they're aliens. You don't know how they mate. Judging these aliens. Judged. Judged. Quit judging people.
I don't really have anything else to say about this movie, other than it was a pile of shit.
You're a pile of shit.
Cool. So Tyler, Robot Punch, go.
.5.
0.5. You're a communist.
Wow.
The songs get at least one.
I'm willing to give it 1.5. 1 for the songs and 0.5 for Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry. Tim Curry doesn't even get another star. What are you doing?
Nope.
It's his first movie, man.
Yep.
He's Tim Curry. He's an American icon.
Yes. He is.
Spice!
The one place untouched by capitalism.
Spice!
Spice.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
It's in a podcast somewhere.
There's a lot of things in a podcast somewhere. Long, long podcast to go. 4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 4 stars. 4 robot
Whoa!
punches.
What are these stars?
Excuse me, I apologize.
Lewis.
I apologize. I can't believe I said such.
I am leaving this podcast.
Such horrible blasphemous
I'm
things.
taking my knife and going.
Well, it's all right because you've been disarmed.
I have. It's zip tied.
Those are the things.
I got a game.
You got a game?
Yep, standard basic game.
Do we need the game?
We got about 15 minutes to fill.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. I didn't
To get
know,
it at least close to an hour.
I didn't know that we were running that light.
It's a festive light time. Tyler versus Kenn. In the grand game of movie quiz knowledge. Who will win?
Not Tyler.
Because I have to save the actual game I'm working on until the 250th episode. And how does everyone feel about the 250th episode being an inside joke movie?
What do you mean an inside joke movie?
A movie that's an inside joke to only a few people. Like, it's our inside joke, and only I've seen it, but we all keep making that joke when we used to go to the movies all the time together.
Oh, that movie. I don't know that I actually want to watch that movie.
I think we should.
We can discuss it more later. We can discuss it more after we're done recording.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
I just want to be like, this isn't, and then.
You want to bleep out the movie? So you want us to say the name?
I can just do it already. I could do it. I could have done it 2 seconds ago. Where this is like.
Okay. But yeah, I was thinking that. All right. Who wants to go first?
Let's get this over with. I'm ready to lose.
All right, Tyler. Who wrote the original songs for The Lion King? Multiple choice. Andrew Lloyd Webber, John Williams, Elton John, George Michael.
I feel like I know this one. Elton John.
Correct!
I knew a thing! Everybody, cheer for me. Be proud.
Yay! Your cat's not even cheering for you. Wiz didn't even get off the couch for you.
Yeah, they're not proud of me. Stickers got stepped on today, so she's still pissed.
Oh, poor Stickers.
It's her fault. She was walking in
You
under
stop
my
abusing
feet.
your cat.
She knows better.
You should stop abusing your cat. Ken, Lawrence Fishburne plays which character in The Matrix?
Trinity. No, it's Morpheus. Oh.
See, I wouldn't have been able to get that right because I don't know his fucking name. I've been like, the big dude.
There was multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't give it to Ken because that's a stupid question.
I would have needed multiple choice.
I would have given you multiple choice. Just like this one. Which year does Marty travel to in Back to the Future Part 3?
Oh, God.
1995. Oh, this is dumb because that's not right.
Part 3, says you?
Yeah, that's not right.
Continue.
It's Part 2. 1995. 1955, 2015, and 1935.
Oh, yeah. None of those answers are part
For Part
3.
3, it's Part 2.
Isn't part 2 where he went Western Town?
No, that's
No,
3.
that's Part 3.
2, he goes to the future.
So 2 would have been 1935 then, or 3 would have been 1935.
Yes, but that's not.
No, the problem is he goes back to the 1800s.
Yes.
The Wild West is the 1870s.
Yeah.
So that none of those. So we're doing Part 2. The card is wrong.
I'm confused. So 2
Okay. In Back to the Future 2, he goes to the future, but there's the card. Yeah. Throw it out the card. Goodbye, card. Which scientist was portrayed by Eddie Redmayne in The Theory of Everything? Albert Einstein, Tim Berners-Lee, Stephen Hawking, Charles Darwin.
Albert Einstein?
Wait, The Theory of Everything?
Yes.
Oh.
Stephen Hawking.
Yep.
I got my movies and my actors confused.
It's alright, because I didn't know the answer. I just picked the one dude. I was like, he's a guy. He was a scientist. Or was he a scientist? What was...
Yes.
Einstein?
Yes, he was
Yes.
a scientist.
Or was he, not a
was a-
physicist?
No, he was a physicist.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a form of scientist.
Well, I was narrowing it down.
It's got Tist
I was
in the name.
narrowing it down! But I was wrong anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Which 1980s movie was set in Hill Valley, California, Ken? The Goonies, E.T., Back to the Future, or Jurassic Park?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is correct. Jeez, this is like Steven Spielberg the box. What is the name of Liam Neeson's character in Schindler's List? Multiple choice. Klaus, Hans, Fritz, or Oscar?
Let's go with Oscar.
Oscar is correct.
Good call.
That was a good guess, Tyler.
Good call.
That was a good guess.
Ken, The Silence of the Lambs is based on a book by which writer?
Uh-huh.
Stephen King, Tom Clancy, Dan Brown, or Thomas Harris?
Thomas Harris?
Let's be real, if you did process of elimination, that question was...
I thought it was Emily Dickinson.
Well, that's exactly how I got there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who wrote that movie.
But literally, Tom Clancy writes war books.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not...
And
It's definitely not Dan Brown or Tom Clancy.
Yeah, Dan
it
Brown.
could be Stephen King.
yeah, but
Like, it's not necessarily outside of the realm of Stephen King's potential.
here you go, Tyler. That's an easy one for you.
I like how he handicapped me.
I did. I like Ken Fulltime. Who voices Dory, the star of the 2016 film
Ooh.
Finding Dory?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres is correct.
I like Ellen. I think she's funny.
Joe Pesci plays Tommy DeVito in which mafia movie? The Untouchables, The Godfather, Casino, or Goodfellas?
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas is correct. He's in Casino. That's the only other one he's in.
He's in one of those other ones.
Casino is also a light mafia movie, but the correct answer was that one. Tyler, who plays Deadshot in the 2016 movie Suicide Squad?
Oh, he slapped somebody.
He did.
He did do that.
That's Will Smith.
It was Will Smith. I love. Here's the list: Liam Hemsworth, Will Smith, Robert Downey Jr., or Jared Leto.
What?
Well, at least Jared Leto was also
in the movie. But I love Liam Hemsworth as like the first person at the top.
They did make this game for Tyler's.
Some of them. Oh, yay! Here we go. What is the name of the main character in The Revenant, played by Leonardo DiCaprio? Peltz. Hugh Glass, Jim Bridger, Caleb Smith, or Poe Dameron?
When in doubt, guess C. So C.
It is Hugh Glass, which was A. It was not Poe Dameron, which was.
I knew it wasn't D, but I have no idea beyond that. I watched that movie the one time, but.
Let's see here.
What kind of card is Tyler gonna get? What kind of card is Tyler gonna get?
Michael, Gertie, and Elliot are the children in which movie?
What's E.T.?
That is correct.
What?
No.
That's what you picked out for me? I know my memory is really bad.
Fine, you want me to go with the harder card for you? Okay, I will next time. Same big general idea of question, Ken. Mickey, Mouth, Data, and Chunk are characters in which movie?
Goonies.
Goonies is correct. Here you go, Tyler. You wanted a harder card? Here you go. In which 1990s movie did Tom Hanks play a lawyer suffering from AIDS?
Oh.
Fargo, Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, or Seven?
Well, we've watched at least one of those as the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Did Tyler watch that movie?
You should be aware.
It wasn't Fargo.
You should be aware of Tom Hanks' character in another one of those.
It wasn't Forrest Gump. Is it Philadelphia?
It is Philadelphia. There you go. In the 2015 movie Creed is a spin-off of which successful movie franchise, Ken?
Real Steel?
Yes!
No, that's not it. Happy Gilmore. No. Rocky.
Here's what they gave as a multiple choice. There's Rocky, Raging Bull, which is the only other one that could actually be possibly it. Star Wars or Marvel Universe.
Oh.
Here you go, Tyler. Just for you, so you can't say I'm helping you. Who won the Oscar for the Best Actor in 2016 for his role in The Revenant?
Oh, it was the DiCaprio.
Good job. Which actress plays Dana Barrett in Ghostbusters, Ken?
Which
actress
actor
plays Dana Barrett in Ghostbusters?
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver is correct. Tyler, how many parts make up the Hunger Games movies?
Like, are two? Like, would it
How
be
many
two or
parts
six?
make up the Hunger Games series of movies?
6?
The correct answer is 4.
There was
Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 1, Mockingjay Part 2.
See,
There's 3 books, 4 movies. Thank
Some-
you, Harry Potter.
Soon to be a 5th movie.
God damn it! Somewhere in my brain, I was thinking like each movie
'Cause
was
there's
split into 2 because of the middle ones was split into 2.
Because there's a 4th book.
Yes. What is the surname of John Travolta's character Danny in Grease?
Zuko.
Correct. Tyler, in the 2015 movie Spotlight, is set in which American city? Boston, Miami, Philadelphia, New York.
New York.
Boston.
I fucking hate Boston.
Last 3 cards. Because I have...
Am I losing?
I don't know. I haven't counted yet. Ken, who plays Dr. Sattler in the Jurassic Park movies? Do you want the list of people?
I do, because I have a mental block against this lady's name.
Okay. Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Richard Attenborough.
Laura Dern.
I was like, he knows it's a lady that officially eliminates every other name.
I know it when I seriously can never pull Laura Dern's name out of my brain. Like when people talk about her, I know who she is, but I can't come up with her name on my own. It's terrible.
So Tyler, do you want the harder card or the easier card?
I don't care.
Give him the easier card.
Okay. Who plays the title role in Edward Scissorhands?
Ooh, that's the Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. I like River Phoenix is on that list.
Who would have been dead by that point.
I just like
I
River
think,
Phoenix.
right?
I don't think so.
Right?
Maybe? I don't know.
Right? What? Hang on.
We're looking up River Phoenix.
Now I gotta find out if it's even possible.
Before we find out Ken's last question.
River Phoenix to have been in Edward Scissorhands. Hang on. Oh, wait, hang on. Edward Scissorhands. River Phoenix died in 1993. Edward Scissorhands came out in 1990. So yes,
River Phoenix could have been in.
Could have been in Edward Scissorhands.
Ken, which actress plays Kate Macer in the 2015 movie Sicario?
Well, I've never seen the 2015 movie Sicario, so...
Do you want me to run down the names?
Yeah, give me the names.
Emily Blunt, Kate Hudson, Kate Winslet, Keira Knightley.
Sicario... was... Emily Blunt?
Is that your final answer?
Sure, why not?
That is correct.
Oh, I would have been wrong. I was gonna pick Kate.
Time for the Daily Double!
Oh, there's a sneaky
Everybody gets to answer. Here's the question at hand. To double your points.
Oh.
How many Oscars did Mad Max Fury Road pick up in February 2016? I will run down the numbers and each of you can guess.
Okay.
6, 5, 8, 3.
5.
Nobody got it. It was 6.
Does that mean we lost all our points?
No, we didn't bet any points.
Oh.
I was just going to double the points if they got it right.
I don't know how Jeopardy works.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Ken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Tyler. Ken wins.
I was just saying, did I lose because I wasn't paying attention when you tried to
See how much you care about the points, Tyler? I try to make games that are fun and exciting.
Where the points are made up and
Where the points are made up and
the questions are read randomly and the points don't matter.
That's right.
What's that from?
Whose line is that way?
Oh, that's right.
Where the games are made up and the points
Don't matter. That's right. The points are just like my waistline. Basic television, basic cable joke.
Oh.
Guess what time it is, everybody? It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It's that time of night.
It's the time of night to go to www.thepostmanpodcast.com.
It's that time of night.
Email us, thepostmanpodcast@gmail.com. Twitter, @thepostmanpod. Instagram, The Postman Podcast. Facebook, The Postman Podcast.
It's that time of night.
Letterboxd, The Postman Pod. YouTube,
It's that time of night.
and Patreon, The Postman Podcast.
It's that time of night. It's that time of night. It was that time of night. It was that time of night. Tyler, what is the movie for next week?
I thought long and hard about this, and I didn't want to make us watch like something that was like dumb.
Okay.
So 99% of your picks.
So like I thought so I went on a journey to look for movies that are supposed to be good. I came up with Vision Quest.
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest. It'll most likely be sent to you via a movie pass, Ken, because I don't think it's streaming anywhere. At least as far as I can figure out.
1985 film.
Yep. I keep saying movie pass, but it's like movies anywhere pass, so. Alright, we'll see y'all next week with a Vision Quest. And then in 2 weeks we get to spin that wheel!